Hello everyone, it's Dawn. I'm so sorry it's been so long since my last video. In my last video I said it would be a couple of days. It's been more, it seems more like it's been a week or more. It probably has. But Graham's still in hospital and I've been backwards and forwards feeding him and goodness knows what because bless their hearts they're short-staffed. But I have got some time now, so I thought I'd quickly do this video before something else comes up. So in my last video I promised that I would be making something from the Love from Lizi Make a Wish box, and this will enable you to be the wish granter. So you're going to be able to grant a wish with this project. And what we're going to be making, we are going to be making this adorable little box. It's a bit like a mini milk carton box really, but it is very, very adorable and it's very, very easy. So easy, even I can do it. And you might be surprised at what I put in this. This was actually a request from a friend who wants to give his wife, or sorry, partner, they're not married yet, but he wants to give his partner something very special for her birthday, but he doesn't want the packaging to be obvious. So stick around till the end. I'm going to show you how I made this, then I'm going to show you what's going in it, because he's given it to me so that I can package it for him. So that is similar to what we're going to make. And I'm going to use one piece of the fabulous rainbow glitter card, the 6x6, and all I've done is I've cut it down to 5.5 by 6. So on one end, that's not directional unless you use this stripy one, but even then you can use it whichever way you like. You just need to cut it off at one end by 1/2 inch to make it 5.5 by 6. And we will need to do a little bit of scoring. Actually, if I turn it around the other way, you can see where I've scored it. I have scored at 1.25, I beg your pardon. I'll put all this in the description box anyway. So I have scored at 1.25, 2.5, 3.75 and 5. And along the 6-inch edge I have at one end I have scored at 1.25. So as I say, all of those measurements will be in the description box below, so don't worry if you didn't catch that. And we're going to do a little bit of cutting in a second, but to make it easier for yourself, little tip here, just fold all of your score lines by hand. You don't need a bone folder or any tools or gadgets or gizmos. Just use your hands and just run your fingers along the fold lines. It'll just make it a bit easier for you when you go to put it together, especially if you're using this card, because it's a good strong card. Now, if you haven't got this kit or you've run out of the card, because it is fabulous, not to worry. You can use any 6x6 card or even paper you've got. Even if you've got 6x6 paper rather than card, you could make this into a cute little bag, so don't worry about it. So what we'll need to do, this little rectangle at the end on the left hand side, we don't need that bit, so we're just going to cut along the score lines and we're going to remove that. So we don't need that bit. So this bit here, this 1/4 inch strip, or 1/2 inch strip I think it is actually, that'll be your flap. So what we're going to do now, along these score lines at the bottom, this will be the base of our box, we're just going to cut up like that. Now what we need to do, we need to work out which is going to be the front flap. So what we do, fold it down, don't glue anything yet, and fold it round. So it's going to be the one that's opposite the back flap. Your back flap is there, so that will be your front. So it's the second one on the left. If you have your tab on the left hand side, it's the second tab on the left. So we just don't cut it, just fold it up out of the way, because what we're going to do with the others is we are going to cut just a tiny wedge just to make it sit straight when we put it together. But not that one. That one we're going to keep straight. So just fold it up, just as a reminder that you don't want to cut it. That's all we're doing that for. If you can trust yourself to remember, then by all means keep it flat. But I know I can't trust myself to remember, which is why I folded it out the way. So it doesn't matter whether you fold it up or backwards or inside out. As long as you don't cut it, you can fold it however you like. So now we have a piece that looks like that. Now, I would suggest, especially as this is glitter card, but if you've got a red runner tape or red liner tape, if you've got some of your red liner tape from the kit, you can use that. But I've actually run out. And so I'm going to use the red runner tape, and the red runner tape is permanent, but I am going to give it about 2 or 3 coats to make sure that it sticks. And I'm going to fold that in like that, bring that round and line it up. Of course, if you use tape, you haven't quite got the time you had if you had glue to get it in the right place, but it's a fairly straightforward stick, so I wouldn't worry about it. And then you'll have a piece that looks like that. It'll look like a hollow tube, so you can see all the way through it at the moment. So we're going to keep this front bit out of the way just for a moment. So I would suggest, well, what I do is I keep it towards me, facing me, but you do yours however you find it more comfortable or easier to remember. So I'm going to take the first piece, this middle piece, which will be the back, and actually before I glue it down, I'm going to, or fold it down, I'm going to use some red runner tape, and I'm going to use quite a lot of it because I want it to stick. Sometimes with glitter, this is a non-shed glitter, but sometimes even with glitter card, it takes a bit of persuasion to stick. So just fold that over like that and just give it a push like that. You can stand it up and put something in it, or just bump it down on your desk if you want to, but it'll be fine, don't worry about it. And then actually, if you do it like that, then you can bring it flat and give that one, oh, no, not that one, sorry, although it doesn't matter, we will be using that one eventually, the one that we've cut the slits out of, or the tabs. So fold that over, again, give it a good press like that. And we have already put some runner on this, but I'll put a little bit more because this is the one that's going to hold it all together. So just like that, bring it over, and if you do, this will be the front one, but if you do it last, if you bring that one over last, it'll do 2 jobs for you. It'll keep your base nice and flat, but when you turn it over to the front, it will give you a nice edge on your front. Now the rest of it is so simple. All you do, you don't need to, if you want to cut this down you can, but I would suggest you don't. But you don't need to do any more cutting. What we're going to do, we're just going to pinch like that. So I'll show you again. I put my fingers in the 2 sides, bit like that, and I pinched as if we were making a milk carton. But that is a guide, because what we're going to do, we are going to use a little hole punch. This is just a 1/2 inch hole punch. And I'm going to put a hole in the front and in the back. Now this won't go through both bits together because the card is too thick, which is why I'm doing it that way. And before I do that, actually, no, I'll save the best till last. I have got from the kit, again from the kit, I've got a piece of ribbon. And what I'm going to do, I find the easiest way is to put the ribbon through like that and then pop it through like that. But I've just had an idea which will make putting the gift in easier. So if we keep it to the front, if I can get, I've done my front so well I can't find it. Oh, there we go, there's our front. So what I'm going to do, again from the kit, I have used this adorable little frog, one of the pieces of ephemera, and I'm going to just pop that on the front, about, oh, halfway down will do, I think. And it coordinates so well with this cardstock. It's absolutely adorable. Now, if you're going to put the ribbon in, it might actually be easier to put the gift in first. So I hope you've stuck around this far, because I'm going to show you what we're putting in it. Now, of course, if you want to, you can just put some sweet treats in there, or you can put some little chocolates in there, or candies, or little biscuits, or whatever you want to put in. But we're not going to do that today, because this is a gift for someone and they've requested a specific gift. We are going to put this beautiful pearl necklace in there, and it will go in really well. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lay it down so that you can see me popping it in, because if I stand it up I might knock the camera. So, or the stand anyway. So that's going in like that. So just put it in, if it's a long one, like this one is, put it in so far, and then just wiggle it down a bit. And because this is going through, it's easier to do that first. So then all you need to do is pop the ribbon in like that. Now, you don't have to use ribbon if you don't want to. If you've got magnets, or if you've got Velcro that you prefer to use, That's absolutely fine. You use whatever method of securing it you want to, but I'm using a ribbon because I wanted to stick within the kit. And I do like this ribbon. I do like using a ribbon for this type of box. Now, if you're, hopefully you're better at tying ribbons or bows than I am. Now, what I would suggest is keep the ribbon at length until you've tied your bow. Because if you're anything like me, you cut your ribbon first, and then you think, oh bother, I've done a thing too short. So tie your bow first. When you're sure you've got it to the length you want it, then just very quickly take it off or cut it off. And there we go, guys. There is a very quick and easy little favour box or a special treat box so that you can be the one that grants a wish, especially if it's a pretty one like that. So when the recipient opens up their... I hope she's not watching this, by the way. I hope she... well, if she is, we'll change it, but hopefully she won't be. But there we go. There is our necklace in our box. And I'm going to attempt to push my luck and tie the bow up straight away again. There we go, guys. It's up. It's done. So there we have our cute little box with a wonderful necklace in it. And the other one, this one's empty at the moment, but that was one of the other pieces of ephemera. So there we go. The ribbon that I used for this, the rest of the little strip, I used for that one. So there we go, guys. There is our little treat box where you can be the wish granter, the one that grants our wishes. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'm not sure when the next video will be up because I still don't know what's happening with Graham at the hospital. I'm going up this afternoon, so I might find out more, but I can't guarantee it. So as soon as I can, I will be doing another video for you. And in the meantime, I do hope you've enjoyed this one. Thank you for those who subscribed. If you're not a subscriber but you've enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button and subscribe, and you'll never miss another video from me. And I'll be back as soon as I can with our next video. In the meantime, do take care, everybody. Stay safe, have fun, and as always, and most importantly, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.